Hi. Hello, everyone. How are we doing this fine Saturday? How are we doing? So, we're continuing Ace Attorney, as I'm sure you were able to tell by the stream title and the how it all shows up on, Twitch. So that's what we're doing today. I think we're doing the investigation, and if we're not, then I'm just gonna change the stream title and nobody will be any wiser. So that's basically the plan right now. I'm also a little tired, but should be fine. And if I'm not fine, that will be unfortunate. But we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna turn on the volume here. And then we're gonna get started. Is everything working well? This looks like it's having a bit of a stroke. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna close this. And then I believe everything should be working. Show up. There it is. Okay. I have no fucking idea where we are. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I was right. It was literally right after the trial. 23rd of October, 2:41 p.m., Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting she showed up.
Oh, this room. It's been so long. It hasn't changed in the slightest, though. And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? It's a long time for things to say so familiar.
Alright, bitch, I didn't ask for you to judge my fashion, or not fashion, what is it? Decorating skills, there it is. I am 100% here, as you can tell. Didn't know when you might return, and I wanted everything to be as you'd left it. But it has been some 6 months, it's true. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate voicing Iris so much.
So is your father alright?
Jesus Christ, my throat is not ready. Hold on. Oh shit, I tried. Oh god, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna try to fucking get that ready. Okay, there we go. Immediately, when I mute my mic, everything works. That's funny. Jesus Christ, you can tell that I'm fully prepared for everything today. Just absolutely ready to take on the day.
So is your father alright, Susie? What happened? My father?
Yeah, Professor Mikitoba. I mean, it was half a year ago, but that's why you went back to Japan. Thank you for telling us. Because of the telegram you received saying he'd fallen ill with a very high fever for some unknown reason?
That's right! So I was surprised to learn you'd be coming back so soon. Surprised but happy!
I hate this. I hate this. I hate voicing her. My throat is not there.
I think I wrote about it in my letter to you. That it was all a trick. My father's in fine health, and I'm obviously very relieved about that.
Well, we're all delighted to have you back.
It was quite by accident that I've been able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Symposium.
I was able to read that. International Forensic... That's the same symposium Lord Strongheart mentioned. He mentioned that? I don't even remember that.
Anyway, I've arrived safe and sound, and all that matters is that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris. Oh!
God, I hate it. Oh God, I'm already needing water. That's how you know. This shit's horrible.
You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan. Yes, of course, I shall.
And there's one other thing. Something you wrote in your letter that particularly grabbed my attention about, you know... Can we just let him just stay buried in the fucking ocean or wherever we decided to bury him? Can we just let dead be dead, you fucks? About you-know-who. About Kazuma.
I know. I'll tell you all that I can.
Okay, cool. Oh, frames dropped a little bit. I feel like I want to start with this, but knowing this game, it tends to be like, if I talk about this, it'll be like, oh yeah, it'll bring up this. Oh yeah, because, bitch dead. I forgot Giselle Brett died. Anyways, back in Britain.
When I first arrived back in Japan, I really thought I'd never be allowed to return to Britain. But, curiously, after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely.
The awful trial? Oh, yes. For the murder of Giselle Brett.
Oh! You dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie?
Yeah, that did happen.
Well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice. Wow, amazing! I wish I'd seen it, don't you, Bruno?
Yes, I suppose so.
I want to play at being a lawyer now. I can wear a false mustache, maybe.
You are 7 or 10 or however old you are. I don't think any mustache could hide the fact that you're just 10 years old, Iris. I knew it was 10. I knew she was 10 years old. There's something else I've been wanting to ask you, Mrs. Otto. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikitoma summoned you back to Japan. You said in your letter it was something to do with that convict's loot we found in Mr. Natsume's lodgings? Oh yeah, we did do that.
That's right. The very large dog collar we found with the bee emblem on it. It seems Mr. Natsume included a drawing of the collar in the report he submitted about his time in Britain.
Oh, that's probably a problem.
I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet.
Why would that be, then?
Father came to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 6 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refuses to tell me what it was, then I intend to find the answers for myself. And I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets.
Cool. Dope.
Oh, Susie! What happened to my dad?
Just drop the bombshell right now.
What happened to my fucking dad?
That's a very meaningful look Suzato-san's giving Iris there. Oh yeah, they actually are thinking about the dad. Oh shit. Anyways, forensic science. Lord Strongheart mentioned something about that symposium too. I think he said that investigative authorities from 40 different countries would attend.
Yes, and from Japan, my father and Judge Jigoku have been invited.
I forgot that this is the only game where the judge has like an actual fucking name.
It's something of an honor, I believe.
Well, Professor Mikitoba is the leading expert in forensic medicine in our country, after all. But who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, did you say?
Yes, His Excellency, Judge Seishiro Jigoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo. Last year, in the Supreme Court. You can't possibly have forgotten.
It's me.
That terrible trial of yours when you were accused of murder and...
Yes, I try to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days.
And look at me, being the best-looking judge in the series.
Well, it was Judge Jigoku who presided over that trial.
If I'm perfectly honest, I'd be happy to never see that man's face again in my life.
Oh, well, anyways, as Father was invited to the symposium, he agreed to me returning to Britain too. He won't actually arrive until next month, but, well, I couldn't wait. So I pleaded with him, and in the end he agreed to me going on ahead.
Yes, about the symposium, it seems as though Lord Strongheart has put in an awful lot of work to make it happen. It's obviously very important.
I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organized the entire event himself.
Fucking, of course he did. I don't know why he wouldn't. Where is my chat? I just realized. Okay, it's there. I didn't know, like, where it was placed.
I think he's hoping that by achieving exceptional results, he'll get the job of Attorney General.
The most senior position in British justice system. Fucking hell.
He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution. That's what Father said anyway. Apparently it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition.
Does Professor Mikatoba know Lord Strongheart personally then? I wonder, maybe? Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech all about this very subject only yesterday. But I sort of lost the will to live early on and didn't really listen to much of it.
How trying for you.
Okay, cool. Now let's talk about British bitch. Giselle Brett. The woman whose unforgivable actions ended in me being wrongfully accused of a crime I didn't commit. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. That audio fucked up on my end too. That wasn't just you.
Yes, Giselle Brett. That name I won't forget for as long as I live.
And now the fucking... Hello? Is that... Wait, it actually just froze. Do the buttons? Yeah, the buttons are still working, but the display froze. Hold on. We're gonna fix this real quick. This might take a bit. Oh, no. That's real cool. Please capture the screen. Capture the screen. Please capture the screen. Hello? Capture it! What if I change to... Hold on, let me see something. I'm trying to fix this, I swear. Okay. It showed up on when I changed like the actual input on my monitor. Oh, there, hold on. We're getting something. Maybe. There we go. Okay. I don't know what the hell happened, but we fixed it.
The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget. Also, I have to re-fuck the audio. Okay.
There we go. Sorry.
Since the incident, our government's intelligence services have been investigating Miss Brett. But it turns out that an English woman by the name of Giselle Brett didn't actually exist.
Huh! Would you fucking look at that? The girl who constantly wore a mask and never showed her face ever in the history of ever isn't real. Shocker. I mean, it kind of is actually a shocker, but it makes sense when you think about it. Didn't exist? But how can that be? That's bullshit.
It was a pseudonym. Her real name was Shin.
That's the... Like... Just Shin? Just the one? Just the one name? Just Shin? Not like... Shin Brett or... No, it's just Shin. Okay.
Her real name was Shin, and she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front.
A front? Who on earth was she then?
Miss A. Shin. Her name...
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Guys, I get the feeling that she wasn't actually British. This fucking look. Ace Attorney has had some stupid fucking names before. This is like top 3. I don't know if this beats real Nemu, but oh my fucking god. I don't know if this beats real Nemu from Spirit of Justice, but that's up there. Holy shit. Sorry, that's so fucking funny to me. Fuck. Fucking Asian. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. It's just really funny. Asian. Guys, I have a feeling she might have hailed from Asia. Maybe. Just a thought. Oh my fucking god.
Miss A. Shin. Her name is literally all our intelligence services have been able to ascertain about her.
You haven't been able to ascertain anything else? Nothing?
Nobody knows why or even how she came to be in Japan.
It's a complete mystery.
But that makes no sense. It's no easy task to be accepted as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman have been up to? I'm afraid I really don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that her name is
Asian. I'm not gonna get over that. That's fucking funny.
Is that she had some business in our country that we don't yet understand.
Asian.
And now she's been killed.
Sorry. I want to sound serious. I really want to sound serious, but fucking Asian, bro. It's so funny. It's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna try to move on, but that's really getting me for some reason. Okay.
While all the questions surrounding her existence remain unanswered. I'm afraid so.
Asian. Who on earth was she? And where did she come from? And where did she go? And where did she come from? Asian. Oh my god. And why do I feel as though I've heard that name before somewhere? Have we heard that name? I don't know where we would have heard that name. I don't know where we would have heard that name, Asian. I can't think of where we heard that name. Oh my god. Can we have a new subject just called Asian? I feel like we really need to talk about that. Anyways, let's talk about my dead boyfriend.
After my friend Ray's trial. Oh yeah, Ray. The reporter who actually killed Miss Brett said something very strange.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I didn't stream this part.
I know the truth! I know you had a hand at what went on! In that visiting student's fate!
Oh.
Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it! They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on the steamship, and that he'll never...
That was when he got hit in the face. Don't worry, I'll give you the footnotes.
Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at the time. But later, I visited the man in his prison cell and asked him what he was going to say about Kazuma-sama. Sorry. And what did you learn? Nothing. After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unladen at the port of Hong Kong and passed into the care of the consultant staff there. Should have been? Oh my god. Oh. Well, it turns out that his body never arrived. God damn it, bro. It just disappeared. What? Kazuma's body vanished? Oh my god. Bro. Can we just like... Can we leave him dead? Please? He died. It was tragic. We all cried about it. The end. I have boyfriend trauma. We get it. We're done. The end. He's dead. Fuck you. Our government tried to cover the fact up, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliffs by our hometown. Except Kazuma-sama isn't there. Did Professor Mikatsuba know about this? Yes, it would seem that he did. But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Kazuma-sama's body as we speak. I just don't believe it. And what is this acute feeling of apprehension I have all of a sudden?
The Kazuma mystery.
Thanks, we're calling it that now. Thinking back now, some of the things that happened on the SS Burya were definitely strange. Yeah, like the whole fucking murder. The whole thing was a happenstance. What do you mean? I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, did we? Did you fucking... how often do you see the bodies of victims after, like, they're killed? Like, what? Could it be? No, it can't. No, shut up. Could it be that he's actually still alive? Stop it, Mr. Naruhodo. It's too much to bear. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... Just thinking about the possibility pains me. So very much. Bitch, fuck you. It's my boyfriend. That's my boyfriend. I don't give a fuck. Like, you're upset about your, like, lord or whatever, master, whatever you fucking... boss. I don't know what Kazuma was to you. I'm gonna be perfectly real. But, like, you know, we had, like, a thing. Like, we were, like, together. At this time... In Japan or Britain or wherever, you think it's, like, acceptable to be gay? And we still did it. Fuck you. Like, I'm hurting a little more. Just thinking about the oh, I just read that. God damn it. Cast your mind back for a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been cast. When Kazuma-sama was discovered, Mr. Sholmes was there, wasn't he? Right. He was! And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly. You're right. Okay, well then Sholmes was in on it, if he's alive. I hope he isn't. I truly hope that, like, someone stole his body or something. Or, like, maybe they threw him in the Lazarus pit. So technically he died. I don't fucking know. Just as long as he's still dead. Also, I just noticed that the big burly man, his tie looks like a fish. And I like that a lot. Sorry, I just noticed that and I wanted to point out that he's got a little fish on his chest. I love that. Da-da-da-da. So, if Kazuma hadn't actually been dead at all... Or, shit, that was me speaking! So if Kazuma actually hadn't been dead at all, it would mean that Mr. Sholmes had lied to us. But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing. Well... that we know of. I suppose that's true, yes. You're doubting it too, aren't you? You're also doubting it, ain't you? The idea that he might still be alive somewhere. It wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it. Because if it turned out not to be true, then I'd be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again. I'm terrified of what that might do to me. Miss Susato. I know she's given the idea the thought it deserves. It's Susato-san we're talking about after all. So I probably shouldn't push it now. Bitch, I don't fucking care. It's my boyfriend. I'm dealing with more pain. In this instance, I'm dealing with... Hello? What do we do now? We can't move. And we've talked about everything. So... do we, like, show her the newspaper and be like, hey... about this paper, Miss Susato. Yes, it's all about the great exhibition. I've been dreaming about it, you know. I was sorry that you were going to miss it when you were called back to Japan. I thought we were going to talk about the backside. So was I. I felt desperately unlucky. But here I am, back in London while it's underway. It's a dream come true, except for a murder. But perhaps you're not as lucky as you thought then. Or not as unlucky. Once we've helped Professor Hairbrain out of this terrible situation, we should all explore it together. And of course, we must invite the professor's good friends, Lord Van Zykes, as well. Your luck might not stretch that far. Yeah. Is that it? Is that all we're saying? Fucking... Here's the autopsy report. Miss Susato! You see this? You have such a great expression in your eyes, Mr. Naruhodo, but I'm afraid nothing particularly useful comes to mind at all. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure what I was expecting, really. All right, I'm gonna let the story mode tell me what I have to do at this point. Why are we examining things? Oh, because you're standing here. How long have you been standing there? Oh, you know, just kind of waiting. Just kind of waiting for shit to happen. Okay, hi. Hi, Iris. It must be about a year ago now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's old notes. It's about one of Hurley's greatest exploits. I called it the Hound of... No, that's right. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I had a stroke. Leave me alone. But then Mr. Sholmes forbade you from publishing it and put the manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it. So nobody knows anything about it apart from Hurley and I. But for some reason, you knew the title of it, didn't you, Susie? Oh yeah, that was a thing in the first game, that she like knew the name. Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. Hold on. And you wouldn't tell me how you'd come to know it. Yes, but I made you a promise that I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time. Oh, shit, really? Okay. I wasn't ready, but all right. All right, let's hear this shit. I'm only sorry I've had to keep it from you for so long, Iris. The Hound of the Baskervilles. One question, plain and simple. It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Ida. Alright, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers. There was a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, The Hound of the Baskerville. Dude, what the fuck does your father have everything to do with this? What? My Baskerville story? Of course. I had no idea what it was at the time, but Father came in and...
Susato, what are you doing?
Oh, Father.
Did you look at those papers?
No, I simply read the label, that's all.
Damn. Well, put it out of your mind.
Sorry?
Forget that you ever saw it, and certainly don't tell anybody else. I tried to say anyone and then realized it was anybody, and then I fused up anybody. Don't tell anybody else about this. Do you understand?
But
What was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan? Maybe that's what A Shin was doing. I can't get over it.
I have no idea. But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would never have guessed that it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Sholmes' exploits.
What the fuck?
When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions. And there was no sign of the big box in his office.
What the fuck?
That's really all I know about it. I've no doubt that Father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it, but still. I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you.
Well, that's sweet, Susato. It's a bullshit, but...
Well, thank you for being honest, Susie. What the fuck is going on?
So, Mr. Naruto, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I've committed every detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the Waxwork Museum as well.
So, you're fully abreast of the situation already. Abreast? I've never heard that. I assume it just means aware, but... So, you're fully abreast of the situation already, Miss Susato? I'd expect nothing less, to be honest.
I would think our first port of call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber, the engineer responsible for building the elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick.
Yes, a conjurer of sorts. By the sound of it, well known in the fields of science and magic.
Then we need to go arrest him.
Please do not throw me. Well, yeah. He must know the truth behind this case, so I agree we really do need to find the man.
It sounds like it's a case of tracking someone down, which is a job for the police or a great detective.
Why not? Why did that, like, the way I said that, it sounded like fucking Fozzie Bear. Fucking, which is the job for the police or a great detective. Waka waka. That's what it fucking felt like, and I hate myself for that. Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of?
We don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think.
That was not Iris.
Good idea. And also, fuck you for doing an impression of me. That was really rude. What the hell, man? Good idea. Well then, best of luck. Or fuck you.
Oh, you're not coming today?
I'm going to Brixton Road shortly for the herb market. But let me know what you got. Let me know later how you got on, okay? Won't you? God damn, I can't fucking read.
Just having a stroke as a small child. That was a little abrupt. Pull of the herb market must be strong. Okay, real quick before we continue, I need to blow my nose because this shit's annoying and I don't have Kleenexes in my room, so I'm gonna be a bit. So I'm just gonna put this on BRB and I'll be right back. So yeah, see you soon, bye. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. We are back. I had to take a pill that would help with allergy, or at least I don't know if it's allergies, but it helps. So, okay, let's move. New location has been added. Can we not? Oh, we can't go to the prosecutor's office.
Don't believe we have any business that would require a visit just at the moment.
Okay, well, we have a lot of options actually. I don't think so. It's really just prison, experimentation stage, or Madame Tussbell's. I feel like the actual crime scene would be the first bet, right?
23rd of October, the Great Exhibition Grounds, foot of the Crystal Tower. She has a fucking puppy! She's a fucking puppy! I had no idea there were so many people in the world.
I know what you mean. It's really packed here today. Shut the fuck up. Gina has a puppy.
It feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds up to this point.
Has it? I shut my brain down, so I didn't really notice, to be honest.
Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo. What the fuck?
I knew it. Yeah. There you are. I had a feeling you lot would show your mugs before long. Oh, never mind. Damn it. Why can't you be the one with the puppy?
Sorry about that, Hyde. Something stuck in my throat. I think it's out now.
Oh, Inspector Gregson. I see you're hard at work as usual.
Warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since last we met.
Jesus, whoa, what's with this shift in personality? What's with all the ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning.
Not to you, Sunshine. Also, the audio fucked up on my end. Not to you. Not you, fuck. Not you, Sunshine. The gentlewoman so loyally at your side.
Oh! Why, thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice.
He might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene some more.
Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Oi! Get over here, Gina!
She's got a fucking puppy! That's so adorable!
She seems to be busy playing with the puppy, probably giving it a traditional East End training.
Gina? She's a police officer now?
Amazing, isn't it?
She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Yep, I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely.
What do you mean? Oh, you think
I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say toodaloo to London.
Oh no, really?
That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're getting along.
Not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is.
To France?
I'll be working in the Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley.
But France? It's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there?
That's the way the adult world works, Sunshine. Now don't go poking your nose in where it's not wanted.
Alright. Give us, like, something.
I'm intended to take the kid with me when I go.
What? You're taking Gina to Paris?
Well, I can't leave her in London. Who knows what would become of her?
I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into her slipping hands into people's pockets and purses. Purposes? Jesus.
I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo, because you have the facial structure of a book. I think he's worried about the Reaper.
Oh, that makes sense. She was... yeah, no, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, of course, makes so much more sense.
So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, is it?
Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina, so don't go blabbing, you hear me?
No, of course not.
Gotta keep that diving diva safe and sound. Until all this is over, at least.
Oi! Did you just call me a bloomin' diving diva again?
So you heard that, did you? Right, well, any questions about the scene, you can put them to my capable detective diva here.
Keep calling her a diva, bro.
Alright, you heard the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now. Let's fucking go. I suppose I'd better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you've got a new dog, have you? Please show me the dog. Show me the dog. Yes! Isn't he great? Toby's his name. I fucking love Toby. Oh, how delightful! He's absolutely adorable! Yes, the dog does seem lovely. But it's the not-so-lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest. Hey, Gina. Let's talk about investigating the scene of the crime and all that fun stuff. Gina? We were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again. Hold on. Yeah, alright. All I could think of with the yeah, alright is, what's his name? Moon Knight. Why am I blanking on it? Steven Grant. There it is. It took me a second to think of his name. Fucking, yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? Yes, it is. It's very alright. Oh, my Fugi broke. Why did my Fugi break? Oh, there we go. We're back. That's weird. Okay. I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Ah, yes, Toby. The adorable fucking... I love him. The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume. I don't know why I started giving her some sort of English accent. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind... Sorry, you can't go up there, Suze. Oh! What? Bitch! It's like I told Odo yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near the wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The special dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Is that what you're thinking of? That's the one! That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something? The forensic investigation team? Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one, yeah! But isn't the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with you. You're still supposed to get permission from the bigwig or other as far as I know. What is his name again? Lord Strange something? I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps? That's the one, yeah! Apparently he's always watching the time or something. So without Lord Strongheart's express permission, we can't investigate on the stage. Okay, well then we'll go up to him later. Anyways, today's trial... It was great. It was great, wasn't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me, that. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying about I'm about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you? Yeah, and Odo's made things odd for me every single time and all. Fuck. Just doing my job, Gina. But watching someone else get it in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when they showed the dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client. Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though. Damn! It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest the other cove, ain't he? And in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer, what's his name again? Mr. Drebber, you mean. Enoch Drebber. That's the one, yeah! So the police are looking for the mysterious man with the black monocle.
I guess they would be.
It's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He says it's giving him he says it's giving him gut ache. Oh dear. But I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food. That would do it. But no, I want to talk about the dog! The engineer's whereabouts. So, Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck. He's really funny looking. Got 2 eyes what don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it. Sorry, who? Yeah, no, that's Scowlin' Reaper what's always glugging down glasses of bottle red or blood red pluck. Ah, Lord Van Zykes. Figured it out, yep. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about, mind. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes. She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than the detective's trainee? What the fuck? The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally badly off with both. Suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that. Glad we've put one thing to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Mr. Drebber at all. I added a Mr. Okay, well, more importantly, let's talk about the dog! Where did you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi! Don't be so flaming rude, Odo! Slight overreaction, don't you think? He ain't no mutt, alright? Toby's... How do you put it? How did they put it? Oh yeah, a bona fide detective. Fucking sorry? I've given him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Ooh, so he's a police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell undergarment... What? Have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. That's fucking gross. That's nothing compared to this little fellow, though. Oh, really? According to what the boss said... Is she holding him like a gun? Once Toby here's got a good whiff of your drawers, he could chase the scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by a rather wide margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Odo, there's gonna be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in future. Yes, I agree. Right. One of these days, they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way around. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina, I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby here is Britain's first police dog. I love him. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had just chucked him out of the street. There you go. I knew she lifted him from somewhere. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals. Alright, well, we've talked about everything we possibly can. Let's examine some shit. Okay, you guys can't see it, but there's, like, stuff I can fuck with over here. Here's the scorching on the ground that you mentioned. Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Hello? There. Oh,
And my Fugi broke. Ah. There we go. I don't know what's happening, bro.
Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this.
Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. Oh!
That was a horrible joke and I feel bad.
Oh my god, again. What the fuck is happening? Yo. Is it delayed? Ah. Hello. Bitch. Hmm? Ah. Aha! It's lagging. Trying something. I'm having... Oh, there. Jesus Christ. Ah. Ah. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm trying to fix this. Okay. Yep, I know. I know. I know it's scary. It's scary, I know. Just calm down. Everything is gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be okay. Maybe. It might just not work. Hold on. Why? Discord is just like... Oh. What? Well, I'm on... Why am I... Okay, you know what? For today, we're just gonna do this because I don't want to sit here for 5 hours fixing shit, so we're just gonna do this. Do I have, No, I don't, so I need a new image. We're just gonna call this... Do I have an image that I can just use that's like readily available that I can find? Why can I not find like an actual photo of me? Let's try here. I actually can't. Huh, that's annoying. I can use like a... Hold on. What if I... Oh, we're looking. Hold on. I'm looking to see if anything works. You know what? Sure. No, fuck. This is... Here, can I just... Okay, yeah, we'll just use this T-posing image because it's funny. There we go. Oh, it looks so stupid. I kind of love it. Just having me T-posing. The fucking Jump Force model. It's kind of funny. It'll just put me, like, right there. There we go. We're just gonna do that because for some reason Discord is having a stroke. So I'm just gonna close Discord so that it doesn't have a stroke. Okay, that's our temporary fix. I can't find the image I specifically want to use, but we're just gonna use that. Ouch, I'm a bad person. We're just gonna act like that's normal. Okay. What is this? Is this just the Crystal Tower? Yes, it is. Ah, the Crystal Tower.
I can't believe I'm seeing it at such close proximity with my own eyes.
You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Mrs. Otto?
Oh yes, when I found out that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck.
But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower.
I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly.
Fuck you, Luck!
Fuck you, you fucking dick.
Okay, let's look at the whole...
What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that.
Yes, unfortunately, the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position possible. It's the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam and not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis.
But imagine what might have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. Ooh. Death toll could have been far worse. So I think perhaps it was a blessing in disguise.
Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. I did say it was a warning, and also the music went out. There it is. Man must travel under his own steam, or next time birdcages will rain down on all of you.
Your faith is much stronger than I realized.
Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for Yume University? It wasn't by studying alone. It was God. Okay. Oh, wait, was that something new? No, it wasn't. All right. Okay, well, it doesn't look like there's much else we can look at here. Oh. The stage up there is the experiment, is where the experiment was set up. It's very high, isn't it?
About 30 feet, I believe. Or 9 meters, if you prefer. Craning your neck to see up to it starts to hurt after a while, doesn't it?
Yes, we need to get up there and look around properly. Although, if I'm honest, climbing all those stairs makes my chest hurt.
Oh, it's here. I think perhaps you should exercise more, Mr. Naruhodo.
Okay, well... While true, that was a dick move. Alright, I'm just gonna do this to see if there's anything else I can examine. No, there isn't. Alright. We've conversed everything. Can we go up to... Well, we should probably just talk to Lord Chief Justice Man, bitch, so that we can... Hello? Who the fuck is you? 23rd of October, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office! Oh, who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart?
I wonder. I've never seen her before.
Hello. Ah, the young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result.
Oh! You mean because of Professor Harebrain's experiment?
Sham science is being demonstrated at London's Great Exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrabbling to respond. Lord Van Sykes is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing.
Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. Special suspension that prevents investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in and deal with the scrap metal in no time.
It's scrap metal now, is it? Hello.
Until later then, Lord Strongheart.
I don't know why, I just imagine her having some kind of, like, accent.
Yes, thank you.
And she's gone. Just like that. You're a rainbow in the dark. Who's that?
That was Dr. Courtney Sith.
Scythe? Scythe or Sith? I'm gonna say Scythe.
That was Dr. Courtney Scythe, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner. She's leading the forensic investigation team's handling of this case.
Wait, Scythe. Is she the actual Reaper, or is it just bad? Is it actually just bad luck? She won't show up. God damn it.
She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact.
Oh, I see. About Mr. Assman.
Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to reevaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensic laboratory.
Ah, right.
Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds. All right, put it on the clock.
So he's not running quite so spectacularly late anymore.
Hold on.
No, actually, I can't do that. I was gonna, like, pull up a fucking timer, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Converse the forensics investigation team. What exactly is the forensic investigation team that you mentioned before?
The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the forensic investigation team a year ago now. Unofficially, of course, to pave the way.
Goodness, a year ago?
At next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of their work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensics division. And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly.
What do you mean?
For too long, those scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London's scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell.
Jesus fuck, alright, dude.
I intend to see to it personally. By creating the finest police force the world has ever known to protect our honor and our future!
Look at those eyes. He means every word. They're also very rectangular.
Dr. Scythe is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikitoba.
Oh, yes, my lord?
Your father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way to represent the Empire of Japan.
Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month.
Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Mikitoba, I mean.
No, what the fuck do you think? It was many years ago now, but yes, I remember Dr. Mikitoba very well.
Wow, let's talk about Dr. Mikitoba. If my
memory serves, it was some 15 years ago now that your father came to Britain as a visiting student.
No, he's not my dad. Why are you looking at me?
It was the year I was born, so yes, 16 years ago, in fact. You're 16? What the fuck?
Mikitoba was a young practitioner of forensic science, and Jigoku accompanied him as a young, promising judge.
Punctilious. I'm not even gonna try.
And politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way.
I didn't think that you were.
Dr. Mikitoba studied forensics at one of London's large hospitals. St. Sinners, if I'm not mistaken. Jesus Christ.
Bro, Saint Sinners. Come on.
Dr. Scythe was also there then, as it happens.
Then, Dr. Scythe knows my father, does she?
She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I've no doubt they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikitoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total.
6 years? It's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it?
I lived with my grandmother in those years. So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years? It was a rather turbulent time at home. I mean...
Weirdly, I relate to that, but it wasn't, like, bad. Granted, they did not have Skype. So, like, you know the vibes. That's actually weirdly specifically like my deal with my dad. Huh. That's wild. That's a weird fucking coincidence. Huh. Alright then. That's just... Sorry, that just took me out for a second. I was like, wow, damn, that's... Like, it was also 6 years for me. What the fuck? I'm just really surprised by that.
It was a rather turbulent time at home. Well, your dad should have Skyped.
Oh.
Perhaps father wanted a reason to get away. Oh, damn.
Damn. Fuck. Shit. Oh my god. I mean, I can't relate to that part personally, but like, Jesus. What do you mean? Why?
He preferred Britain and all its...
I'm just projecting at this fucking point. Well, clearly something was going on at the time, so we're just gonna... So, about Lord Van Zykes! Changing subject. I wanted to ask you about Lord Van Zykes, actually. I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty. Is that right? I'm calling it right fucking now, right? Here is my goddamn prediction. Either Courtney Scythe is the Professor, or it's fucking Professor Mikitoba, or it's Iris's dad. One of those is going to be the correct answer. I feel like it has to be. Scythe is literally in her name, so like she's a very high contender. And then your dad leaving after the Professor dipped, like that's kind of fucking convenient. And also, well, no, it wouldn't have been Iris's dad. So it's just between your dad and Dr. Scythe. Got it. And it's also literally called Sinners. Like, come on. By a mass murderer known as the Professor who targeted nobles of reality. Is that right? Reality? Royalty.
You Japanese are thorough. You are a thorough lot. Also, the T just for a second just looked like a shorter L, so I thought he said, you Japanese are thorough, lol. You've done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was that very incident that gave the rise of the Reaper.
What? Why?
When his brother, Clint Van Zykes, was murdered, it was just after young Barrick had graduated from the University of London and become a prosecutor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing, rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say that wherever Barrick Van Zykes went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind.
Oh my word. So Lord Van Zykes isn't the Reaper. It's the ghost of his brother? You know, weirdly, I want to say that's bullshit, but also ghosts canonically exist within this universe, so it's not out of the question.
Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles.
Do you think we could find someone from Kurain here? Like someone shows up, it's like, I'm a monk in Kurain village. Nice to meet you. And then they fucking do like a seance on Barrick and it's like, oh my god, there's a ghost behind you. And then we have a talk with, or like she does the spirit channeling shit and she talks to, or she like becomes, what's his fucking name again? Clint? Yeah, she just becomes Clint, and then we talk to Clint and like just do normal Ace Attorney shit.
Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles. Damn, that fucking sucks for him.
Oh yes, Lord Strongheart.
Go ahead.
It's about Professor Hairbrain's experimental machine. We'd like to have your permission to examine the remains, if possible.
Thinking. Are you well versed in science then?
Not in the slightest. In fact, you could say I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently.
Well, a special dispensation legally preventing investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Scythe's team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage, as long as you touch nothing.
Thank you. Being able to look at it is better than nothing.
And I'll be able to see it too.
Your time is up. That was definitely longer than the 7 minutes or whatever the fuck, but we're just assuming that everything happened right away. You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement calls.
We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you were so busy, my lord.
I have important matters to attend to in preparation for the symposium, you understand. Oh, he's already gone. Alright, bye-bye. Bye-bye!
Okay, let's go to the... what was it? Yeah, forensics laboratory. Let's just go there. Oh, damn, that's... this... holy shit. That's a... wow. Okay. 23rd of October, Forensics Laboratory. I believe this is it. Dr. Scythe's laboratory. Yeah, you can tell that she's, like, an actual fucking murderer. That chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty to assault the eyes in here, too.
It looks as though the doctor isn't here. Unfortunate. But we're here now, so we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think?
What a seasoned tourist you've become, Miss Susato. You could have a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless souls. Alright, well, I'm gonna start with reading your diary. First thing I do is read the book. Oh, and it fucked up. Okay.
I suppose this is Dr. Scythe's desk.
I would not like to work in a place like this.
It's very tidy, though, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Imagine how efficiently she must work.
The lighting is poor, which is bad for the eyes, and the chemical smell can't be good for you. Not to mention the skeleton washing over you as you work, which is definitely bad for your nerves.
Well, yes, those are valid concerns, I suppose.
I can just about cope with a one-eyed Daruma doll watching over me, but that's all. Great. Okay, I'm just gonna let this go. Look at this big, thick book here, even though I just clicked in. You just made me talk about the fucking desk.
Ah, it appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of the forensic investigation team's spending, I think.
Oh? What is it?
It's clear that the team purchases various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but, well, one entry seems rather strange.
Really? In what way?
They're buying 500 scalpels every month.
500? You must be working really hard on dissecting corpses.
I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened, too.
Yeah, but, like, disinfected. It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels a month. What could they possibly be using all of them for? Oh, is that literally all we had to look at in this room? Go. What are you doing? Ah, fuck. Hi, miss. Sorry, we, had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so...
So you thought you'd snoop around?
That's acceptable to you people from the East, is it? Oh, she's also racist. Neato. Oh, wow.
Well, what do you want?
Lord holy shit. Lord Strongheart told us, you see, that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Assman's body, I mean. I'm gonna try making her sound like Van Zykes, but a girl, because that's what I get. That's the vibe I get from her, is just Van Zykes, but with titties.
So we came to ask you about your findings, on Lord Strongheart's advice. Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately.
Wow, you're a very sociable butterfly.
So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined?
Holy shit, I was running out of breath really fast there.
So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from its experimentations of the scene?
Holy shit.
The victim, Mr. Odie Assman, who disappeared from the experimentation stage amid an explosion, and the Mr. Assman who appeared moments later partway up the central tower, were without question one and the same person. That's the team's conclusion. You're full of shit.
But that can't be right.
If it was an elaborate trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out.
Oh, you're fun.
Let's see. If two people who looked very similar to each other were involved, they could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they? Very true, but sadly in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. The fingerprints at the scene make that quite evident.
But a wax sculpture can have those fingerprints. Bitch.
Ah, fingerprints. They're not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system, but one day they'll be used as an investigative aid as a matter of course.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh my, but that would mean that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. No, it fucking didn't. So, where does that leave us?
Completely in the right still, because it didn't fucking happen. I already have an explanation for why the fingerprints are there. Fuck you and fuck your bullshit.
My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and yet the body did move from one place to another.
No, it fucking didn't. No, it did not. I literally have all the answers in my fucking head. It did not happen.
This hasn't cleared anything up at all. It's made the whole thing even more of a mystery.
No, it fucking didn't, because I know what fucking happened, and it wasn't fucking teleported. Hello?
Mama, what is this?
Where did she spring from?
And she just called the doctor Mama?
Mama! Ooh. Okay.
This is a lawyer, dear. Oh.
Hello. To meet you. Pleased to meet you. Yes, I'm a defense lawyer. Ryunosuke
Mama? Yes. Can I cut this one up?
Jesus fuck! What? No! You cannot cut up humans!
I've never seen the inside of I've never seen inside an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like.
Oh, cool. So I'm basically just gonna go yandere ass mode with this bitch. Alright, that's what's happening. Alright. I get to be a psychopath, kind of.
Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see. Boring.
Take your mask off, bitch. I think I just had a near-death experience.
Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo, you're as pale as a corpse.
Did you say corpse? The girl just starts cutting me up right away. No, God, please no. Then let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. Oh, we're actually. Oh, wait, where's your? No, wait, let me see your daughter. Oh, she left. Alright. What if I talk to you? Can I talk to your daughter? So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor?
Keeping a close eye on things so no impertinent Easterners think they can look around my office.
Are there such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible.
Yes, you.
Doesn't mince her words, Mrs. Otto.
I think perhaps it's time we left before the racist gets more racist.
Okay. Where could we even go now? Could go to Tuspel's, but I feel like now that we have the, we have the ability to, investigate, we're gonna go to the experimentation stage. Plus, also, I don't feel like there's a real point to anything else, really.
Gina, we were actually hoping that we can investigate the scene again, please. Yeah, all right, if you... Oh, that's all right, is it? Wait, what? I'm playing with a new friend here. Ah, yes, Toby. I'm just gonna skip through because this is the same shit we just went through. Go up there, Suze. Yes, we can. Hold on, I'm skipping through this so that I can fucking... Because this is all just the same shit we already did. Strongheart, that's the one, yeah. Actually, oh, there we go. Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart. You what? You met him? Last time the boss was called to go and see him. He waited for 3 hours at Cove's office and came back sniveling. Tragic. Well, Lord Strongheart has given us permission to examine the scene as long as we touch nothing. Oh, yeah?
Honestly, swear to God. Swear on me, Mom.
Alright then, go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life.
Ooh, wait, we should have lied.
So, you're still saying all this is above board, are you? I'm sure everything will be fine.
That really would be tragic.
Alright then, them's the stairs, off you go. Oh, thank you, Gina.
So we just move, I assume? Oh, do we have to... I guess we investigate the stairs so that we can go up them. There we go. Alright. These stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. I just love looking at my deadpan eyes. It's great.
23rd of October, the Great Exhibition Grounds Experimentation Stage! Oh my! So this is the machine.
Yep, the one that killed.
That was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place.
Yeah, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment.
What extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrain went to in order to obtain the research grant. No. The professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It is amazing, though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British.
You're right about that. You never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Oh, Ryunosuke, you poor naive bitch. Have you interrogated a parrot?
Oh, look, is that...
Holy shit, he fucking appeared.
Lord Van Zykes?
Do I get to do the voice? Please let me do the voice. I love doing this voice. It's such a good voice.
So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Mrs. Otto? Already? He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think. But we have permission to be here, from the top! We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine, as long as we don't touch anything.
From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart?
Yeah, exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like.
She could have been at the center of the explosion here and wouldn't have bent her steel will. Okay, well, I think first thing I'm going to do is talk with, you, Van Zykes. Don't be a pussy. Least approachable man in the world, winner. 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistant stand firm behind you. Lord Van Zykes! Yo, man! How's it going? What?
Well...
Beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently, you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I fucking read them.
Jackass. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited.
Ah, well, the thing is...
Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate, on the condition that we didn't disturb anything.
And yet you've managed to disturb me.
Ah! Ha ah, good. Ah, you Van Sykes with the jokes. You always have been such a jokester.
I've literally never said a joke once, apart from when I said you belong in a circus, which wasn't a joke, it was just a true statement. Never mind. State your business then.
Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Van Sykes about, like your mysterious little friend that you have. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this.
Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try.
Fucking God, I'm going to be here for a while. All right. Let's trauma dump, shall we?
So, Clint,
Fuck off. Immediately. He just immediately go, fuck off. La la la, not listening.
was the name of your older brother, I understand, Lord Van Sykes.
You Nipponese. I always have to be on guard whenever you're around. So, you've been investigating me, have you?
Oh, no, it's not like that.
Oh, well, alright, it's a bit like that, but shut the fuck up. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Sykes family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. Fuck, why'd I have a stroke there?
The professor, you mean?
No, I mean fucking Dale.
Is something funny?
That's the extent of what you've discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised.
Sorry, there's more to it then?
Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind, and you're going to tar all Nipponese with the same brush next. So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident?
As it happens, Lord Van Sykes, there's a rather...
Oh, shit, wait, the penny just dropped. I figured out the reason he hates Japanese people is because it was Professor Mikotoba who was the professor, and the professor took the life of his brother. So, damn. That's just like flat racism, but like shit. I pissed it together. Yep. The brain's working. I pieced it together.
As it happens, Lord Van Sykes, there's a rather curious case that comes to our attention.
Huh?
Are you aware of the Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxwork by any chance?
I am, naturally. I believe that since last month I feature in one of the displays there for public scorn.
Of course, the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have to be exhibited, wouldn't he?
Well, we'll go there later.
Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom.
A particular waxwork. Wait, you mean? You've been stolen.
Yes, it's the professor. Mr. Shones is investigating the case as we speak.
I wasn't aware of that.
He's turned as white as a sheet. Or, just slightly whiter than normal. So with that out of the way, let's talk about Enoch Drebber. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already?
Surely that goes without saying.
We're very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier.
I'll just grab the book out of nothing. It's fine. My book of everything. We all love it. Which, according to Professor Hairbrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle.
So I was just wondering... I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but...
We'd very much appreciate any more clues you can give us.
Wow, Suzaru-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Or the Van Zykes by the weird bang things he's got going on. Fine, why not? I have a photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Hello? But he kinda... Wait. I'm not saying he's hot, but he's got like... I don't know, he's got something going for him. Though it appears he already had that black monocle at the time. Okay. Interesting. What? Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared this with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? Well, he's at least a little more friendly. What is it about Lord Van Zykes? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. The photograph of Drebber has been entered into the court record. Photographic print of the engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber. It's hard to make out, but he appears to be wearing a monocle with black glass. Interesting. Ah! Hello, bird boy. A Birdman. Look, the nose looks like a bird beak to me, so I'm gonna keep calling you Birdman. I hope that's okay. Your silence speaks numbers. Ah, the file I requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. Hello. Oh God, she fucking noticed. Oh my. I hate my life. Are you all right?
Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo?
Lord Van Zykes' apprentice, apparently, that we don't have a fucking name for because we're fucking not allowed because it's a fucking big reveal. So I'm not the only one. Suzato-san can see it too. Why? Why? Just why? Why? Why is he a person that, like, has to exist still? Fuck you! God damn it, bro!
Lord Van Zykes, may we speak with your apprentice for a moment?
No, he only talks to me. With him. Why? Apprentice. Oh, shit. What? Oh, fuck you! Kazuma-sama! There it is. Oh. Kazuma? I don't believe it.
Your posture, your presence. It can only be... It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama?
God, please fuck off. Please fuck off. I felt something strange in the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I had sexual relations. I'm not gonna fit. God damn it, bro. It's his boyfriend. That's.
Can it really be you, Kazuma?
Sorry, I have to leave.
Wait!
Too late. What's going on here? Oh my god. Of course it's fucking Kazuma. A fucking course it's Kazuma. Why fucking wouldn't it be Kazuma? God. I am so over it. Your apprentice. What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something.
Well, since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago.
Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself. Oh, fucking convenient! Fucking convenient! Oh, because blunt force trauma, right? Because of what happened. He wasn't actually dead. He was just knocked the fuck out. And then his knocked out was like, who the fuck am I? God fucking damn it, bro. I hate that so fucking much.
He has amnesia.
Tomorrow he will appear in court at my side.
What?
He's to serve as my judicial assistant on Lord Strongheart's orders.
He'll be in court with us? It's just like Ryunosuke like slowly smiling, blushing, like, oh my god, my boyfriend's back! I hate everything.
Now then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course.
Oh, yes, thank you. Dickhead. I definitely saw a reaction there. Let's flash back to, oh, she's crying. Was Susato-san called out like that? Really seemed to hit a nerve. She called out Kazuma-sama. He went, Kazuma?
Well, this has been an interesting experience, I must admit, but unfortunately you have to examine shit now. Time to do literally anything else but this. Okay, let's do that then.
This wasn't here yesterday. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, sorry, are we just gonna go past the fact that Kazuma's fucking alive? And all that, are we just gonna ignore them? Yes? Okay, let's just continue with the investigation. Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right, the birdcage. According to what Professor Hairbrain said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been in an explosion and then falling from the great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderful, durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd understood that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. Suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. But sadly, not with the body inside it. No, that's right. I know we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still, this is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. The wooden birdcage has been added to the court record, and I am going to examine that fucker right now. Let me examine this bitch. So, what do we got here? Anything? Anything I can look at apart from this area? Ah! Look here, Miss Susato, that's being covered up by my fucking T-posing mom. There is no Susato. There is only Finn. Look here, Mr. Finster. Oh yeah, the wood cracked on the broken a little. Suppose because it fell from such a height? Yes, from the height at which the balloon was falling. I'm doing this bit. Fuck you. This bit's funny. Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying down in the Crystal Tower before. Fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters, leaving the man inside tragically dead. Fucking tragic. Truly tragic. Unfortunate, really. Actually, let me just do this so that I can have it in the same place I just had it, so that I don't have to deal with that later. There we go. Okay, details of the wooden bird cage updated. So that's all we can examine about this then. Yeah, it's fucked up on the bottom here too. Yeah, so it looks like that's literally all we can examine about this. Got it. Well, we examined it right away so that I don't have to deal with that shit later. Just click there, I guess. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders, fucking hell, I almost said grinders for some reason, have buckled and twisted in the blast. And what they called the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. But look, Mr. Naruhodo, the metal grill on the floor looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? Oh. If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight. I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there? So Hairbrain didn't notice that at all.
You'd already met the masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, yesterday, in fact, at Lord Van Zyke's office.
I see. And if Kazuma-sama really is still alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us.
I know. Going to need to speak with him about that. Well, you're going to have to leave now. The forensics investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? Problems you don't want to fucking find out about. Foreign affairs problems.
Well, we could do without that. Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Mrs. Otto.
Of course.
Damn. Oh, shit, hey! So, we're gonna go... I feel like the first place we should go is... Sholmes' suite. We might be able to catch him or something. Yep, I had a feeling. 23rd of October, Sholmes' suite! Never mind. Nothing is fucking here. Well, unless... Hold on. I forget about the... Nope. Yep, he's not here. Unless he's to this side. He is not to the... Yeah, he's just not here. Okay, well, that's annoying. Let's go to prison, then. Because we might be able to talk to Hairbrain. There... Bro? Bro? The fuck are you doing, bro? 23rd of October, local prison cell 11! What's he doing?
He's... Oh my! The whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations.
And he's still writing more now. Professor, sorry to interrupt your fucking nerd shit. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. And who is this young lady? Oh, God.
My name is Suzato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Oh, if only I'd met a refined young woman like you sooner.
What?
None of this would have happened. No, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all.
Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you.
I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning.
Oh, no. The whole thing, the whole miserable affair. It all happened because I've been such a complete and utter clot.
Professor Hairbrain? The fuck are you writing? What have you been working on in your cell?
Oh, you mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing.
This entire scene is embarrassing.
I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The wall was all I had to hand, and to whatever.
Oh, is this some new hypothesis? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe?
No, actually, this is my autobiography, written in math.
Your autobiography?
How I Was Diddled and Fiddled by Albert Hairbrain.
Never call it that.
I found I can represent my odd fortunes with only odd numbers in an ambitious set of simultaneous equations.
Really?
I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see. So it's going to be a new serial publication from the next month. Part 1, an odd birth, an odd upbringing.
You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure.
I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case?
Oh, yes, of course. I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled, I was fiddled by the pair of them. By Assman, and by that aloof engineer Dredder.
We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? If I examine it, I'm sure we will, but I can't examine. I'm physically not allowed to examine. Anyway, so this morning's trial,
everything I believe in has been turned on its head. My research, Mr. Assman, the kinesis machine, my hypothesis even.
I'm sorry it's come to this. There was really no other way.
No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting.
Damn, that was a...
It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public.
No, of course you didn't.
But in court this morning, I realized something.
Oh?
If you've done something wrong without knowing it, you're still doing something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you are aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me.
Oh, Professor.
He believed in me this morning, you know. Barrick did. He believed in my hypothesis.
Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing this case.
No. Barrick wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he genuinely believed it.
Did he?
Maybe we could talk to him later, I don't know.
I think I understand now. Why it was that he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, I mean.
Probably because he didn't want it to be done by some random dick.
After the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe in my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyers even.
Feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow there.
So, if any other people had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Barrick, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypothesis a complete and utter nonsense.
And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor.
Exactly. Which would have been the fate worse than death for me. But Barrick insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish.
You think that's why he...
I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul.
But that extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he?
Just doing his job, fuck you. Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it.
And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind-hearted soul idea? Probably, like, somewhere. Mr. Assman!
Do you think he set out to trick me from the very start?
I'm sorry to say, that does seem likely, yes.
When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financer. He looked over the paper I'd written and said my work would benefit all humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused. He was so emphatic.
But in reality, he was the mastermind of some vast criminal network. Damn, that fucking sucks, though.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
As the oh shit, fuck. I thought it was hairbrain still.
As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic, it probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually. But the scale of it wasn't just some small trick. Yeah, no, dude, that thing was fucking massive. Like, give him some credit. It was a very elaborate feat of deception.
All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. Whatever zeal is, but none of us have any money. We want to do research, but we can't afford it.
Damn, that's a little too real.
Many of us take barely legal part-time work to try to earn just a few measly pennies to carry on. To go through all of that only to be taken for a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe.
It is, I agree. And that's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Assman is no more, of course, which only leaves the engineer.
Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Drebber.
Anyway, so Drebber the engineer
Is he an engineer, or a magician, or a swindler?
It was about a year ago when Mr. Assman first brought Drebber to meet me at my laboratory. I fucked up a little bit. Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine. But at no point did you have any
But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist?
Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist.
What do you mean?
He was a wealth of deep scientific
He was a what? Whatever.
There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation.
I see. But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. Are there no more clues that you can give us to his whereabouts?
I'm sorry. We only ever discussed the kinesis machine, nothing else. Although, just once, I did visit his workshop.
What workshop? You fucking lead with that, jackass.
Drebber's enormous fabrication laboratory, where he constructed my great machine.
Holy shit. He's a fucking dumbass. What the fuck? Why didn't you mention this before? Enoch Trevor's workshop. There's every chance we might find the man there. Lead with that next time. Fuck! I hate Hairbrain. So you've been to Drebber's place of work then?
Yes, just once, you understand. It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you see.
Where can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber there.
Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure. As in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry!
I was more than half expecting that.
You see, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there.
He blindfolded you? He wasn't taking any chances then.
The place was incredible, the pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best, a special French machine oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. Ah, the indescribable scent of the imported oil. Perfumers across the world should forget their secret formula and use that instead.
What do you think, Mrs. Otto? Eau de machine for your next birthday? I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo, and I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know even part of the workshop's address, Professor? You don't have a business card for Mr. Drebber, for example? The man was clearly very cautious, Mrs. Otto. He wanted...
Aha! Yes, I do! He gave me a business card once! It's right here, look!
Are you fucking... What? Let me see that! Throw etiquette to the wind, why don't you? This says go fuck yourself, asshole. Enoch Drebber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address. No. Oh, well, I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. And we grab it, and the first thing I'm gonna do is flip it the fuck over. Because no one seems to fucking do that with these things. Woo! Fucking come on. If it's a piece of paper, you flip it over. This dark smudge here. I think perhaps it's machine oil. Ah, yes, possibly. Professor Hairbrain mentioned something about the oil Mr. Drebber uses, didn't he? He said it was specially imported, very high quality oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. Yes, that's right, but more importantly, it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So, excuse me a moment. Oh, she's gonna go fucking... Oh, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all.
Don't worry. I expected that's just because there's such a tiny amount on here, and not because he's an insane man. Cool. So, we got something at least. Cool. Well, I don't know where to go from here, so I'm gonna let the gods take me. Okay, we leave. Go to the experimentation stage. For some reason. Why are we here? Oh, to give this to her. That makes sense. About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning me the letters at the moment. I only know A to E, so if it ain't too much bleeding trouble, you can read basically almost all of them then. Right? Basically read almost all of them, at least on the E Drebber part. You literally, the only one you don't know is R, and then ignore the Enoch, and then the Engineer, which also only has, okay, yeah, never mind, I get it. Actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Eh? How come? Oh, God. There's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. It turns out that this is a very high-quality French machine oil. It's a very particular scent, apparently. Oh. You don't say! Let's have a whiff, then. No, not you. You sure? I don't smell nothing. No, we didn't mean that you should smell it. Oh, right, you mean Toby.
Wolf.
Sense of smell is so good he can track people over the oceans, can he? Professor Hairbrain informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop. Well, he didn't say that. Locked and loaded! Oh god, holy shit, actually. I think he's picked up a scent. So you mean if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby could lead us to that dodgy cove's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we're hoping. All right, then. We'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that, then. Wait. When did you... Once a pit pocket. If I can lead everyone to Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh, yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Gregson. I mean, he's leaving anyway, so... Right then, Odo, leave it to me. Sorry, we're coming with, bitch. We're gonna get going after the dodgy engineer cove right this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets in the neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. Ready, Toby? Got that oil scent, have you? Come on then, boy. See you later. No, we're coming with, bitch. What the fuck? I do hope the scent of the oil leads them to that swindler's workshop. She better have a fucking gun on her. I don't trust that dude at all. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. If we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber, I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do we think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? We have things to discuss, and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful, you're right. We ought to find him at Madame Tuspel's. He's supposed to be working there at temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture. Fucking weirdo. Alright, so we're just gonna go straight there then. Genuinely, I want to do this entire investigation bit so that I don't have to worry about, like, bullshit, mainly. I don't want to have to worry about, like, later being like, oh, 2 minutes in, case, or, like, to be continued or whatever. So I'm just going to go to the to be continued thing, and then we'll be done with today's stream. Okay. 23rd of October, Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxworks.
Oh my! No wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I'd like to turn my heels and go straight home via the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets? Yeah, I can understand that. God's me for real. But you know, there's something about that waxwork over there. Is it fucking Shomes? Yep, damn right it is. It looks exactly like Mr. Shomes down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry, I think you'll find that's the temporary waxwork himself. Ah, Madam Tespel, hello. Ah, a friend of my dedicated employee. I forgot what voice I gave her. I don't want to look. I'm just gonna assume that I gave her this sort of calm voice. That's what we're gonna go with. Fuck you. Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Oh no, she's French, isn't she? No, I didn't give her the accent though. Oh, yes. Hello again. It's Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I am quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean... But yes, the mystery is solved already. Wow. Mr. Shomes can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. ADHD! So as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. His habitual duties? Allures. Do not disturb, huh? God, she's fucking hot. Poor Susato-san. She looks very perplexed. Oh, the poor girl. Doesn't know what the fuck is happening. Alright, I assume we just have to immediately talk to Shomes, but I want to make sure. Yeah, okay, you're just making me talk to Shomes. Hello, Shomes! We really do need to speak with Mr. Shomes, and I'm longing to say hello again. But where is he? This is hilarious. Don't fucking tell her. It's funnier this way. I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh! What are you... Indeed, my dear fellows, it is I. Oh God, I can't talk already, and I bit my tongue a little bit. It really hurt. The famous great detective and waxwork, Sherlock Sholmes. What the fuck? Oh, she's fucking dead. Susato-san! Susato-san! You fucking killed her! Oopsie daisies. I didn't mean to do that, I promise. My most humble apologies. I thought I'd die and gone to eternal paradise for a moment, via London. My dear madam, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point. As long as it's not of questionable street food quality. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Shomes? Merely a secret identity, you understand? Like Spider-Man. I don't know why that was the first thought. Actually, I know entirely why, because I'm a fucking nerd. Anyways. Though the case is largely solved now. Largely solved? We're talking about the waxwork abduction, I presume. Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was as easy as proverbial pie. And now I want pie. Though I confess, I'm yet to partake of pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food so far today, for the matter. I have not eaten. I'm very hungry. Stomach rumble echoed around the whole museum. Damn, I'm also kind of hungry. I haven't eaten since, like, 3 hours ago. And I didn't even eat munch at that point, so... Munch? God damn it. So, how did you manage to solve it so quickly? Ah, well, do you remember I said it was largely solved? Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? Oh my fucking, shut up. Oh yes, it's the most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. Fucking goddamn it. In Japan, only Imperial Capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, the waxwork was returned.
That's amazing. What does the fucking guy look like?
And just between you and I, it would appear the culprit had always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event. Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no? Yes, I think perhaps the ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. But does that not mean your negotiating was entirely unnecessary? You know what? I'm really not appreciating that this is the first thing I hear from you when you first get back to fucking England, bitch. All right? You could just, like, you know, not talk. Keep those thoughts inside. A fact that I must ask you keep from Madame Tuspel at all costs. A hungry young Iris awaits for my return to Baker Street, after all.
Poor Iris.
Now then, do I sense that you have some business with the great waxwork?
I thought he was gonna go right back into his pose. Anyways, let's talk about Enoch Drebber first. Let's talk about the more prevalent things. We're in the process of trying to track somebody down.
Oh? Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. I keep saying I keep going Enoch Drebber.
I'm gonna keep doing it because it's funny.
He's the swindler who duped Professor Hairbrain and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. A swindler and an engineer. Quite the modern man.
He also seems to be a conjurer of sorts too, with considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so few clues to go on, and that's the trouble. Do you have any good idea? We already did it. Was I supposed to, like, talk to him before? I don't fucking know.
I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance, at least I may be in a better position to help.
Yes, Trevor's appearance, which we have a photo.
Fortunately for you, however, presently I have little to occupy myself and little to fill my stomach. I'm very hungry. As soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, should gladly give you my thoughts on it.
Okay, now let's talk about the big fish. Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us?
My dear Mr. Naruhodo, stay the piercing stare. What is this about?
Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain aboard the steamship. Your words were very clear.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder.
You told us that it was murder, and you examined Kazuma-sama's body. Oh, the audio's fucking up, not now.
Indeed. And wherein lies the problem?
We met him earlier today. The victim, Kazuma Asogi.
You're quite sure?
He was wearing some sort of mask, and was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure it was Kazuma-sama. You must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead. Okay.
Well, I can only assume I was swept up in the murderous atmosphere of the moment. But the fellow wasn't it at all. Priceless. I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruhodo?
I could believe that the crewmen present at the time made a mistake, but not you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'll now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that.
Please, Mr. Sholmes.
Tomorrow in court, you will find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that is all I can say.
You piece of shit. Fucking asshole. Okay, well, here's a photo of Drebber, you fucker. Mr. Sholmes, would you cast your eyes over this photographic print?
It's of Mr. Enoch Drebber, the face of the engineer we seek.
We're also gonna just ignore Cosmo's whole thing. Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course. So looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive. Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, forgive me. Oh, he recognizes him. Very interesting, this. Very interesting indeed.
What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You've turned quite pale all of a sudden.
I have a suggestion, Mr. Naruhodo. Will you indulge me? Oh, well, what is it? As I explained to you, when you arrived, the missing waxwork has been returned, and I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains. Oh, yes, the professor exhibit, isn't it? Would you like to see it? For a mere 5 shillings? That's a special one-time only price, you understand. What? The opportunity won't come again, I might add. Won't you like to see the fruits of my labor?
Oh, well, we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone?
The price is very reasonable, 5 shillings. I think you'll find it's well worth it. You're being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes. Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is seriousness or silliness. Or me being a little goofster, a bit of a prankster. I can never tell with you, that's the point.
Very well. It couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings.
Okay, we're really doing this. Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtain. I invite you to pursue it at your leisure. And he's gone back over to his little podium.
Well, the money's been spent, so let's go and see the special exhibit.
I'm waiting for it to be your dad. Through those heavy curtains at last. It's your dad. It's your dad. It's your dad. It's your dad. 5 shillings we've had to pay. Doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Sholmes slipped the money into his own pocket, does it?
No. We could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills.
Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. Is this what makes Britain great? Not to mention demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands, or chip-loving inspectors. He's had enough. Ryunosuke fucking tired of this shit.
Inspector Gregson comes off rather well in that list, I think.
Can we fucking look and see your dad? I'm convinced it's your dad. 23rd of October, Madame Tuspel's special exhibit. Who are we diddling? A detective. We're diddling a detective. Hello.
Oh dear, I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here.
Mrs. Otto, he's fucking dead. I say we turn our heels and go straight home via a really big confectionery.
We certainly can't do that. We paid 5 shillings already.
True. Actually, now I'm looking a little more closely. He's fucking dead. Paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of that great diddling detective is far more terrifying than anything else in this place.
This must be what Mr. Sholmes meant when he said the case was largely solved.
Oh, you're just me. Be that as it may, Mr. Sholmes heavily implied there'd be a clue about the engineer in here, did he? But where? The monocle on the dude's head. Since we've paid 5 shillings, let's do 5 shillings worth of investigating.
Yes, we will get what we paid for.
Is that fear or frustration that's making Suzato-san's voice tremble? Probably both. Okay, examine the guy.
This part of the exhibit is just as disturbing as the rest. Looks so real.
Seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. And he has a large shovel in his hand, too. Look. Yeah, I noticed. Perhaps we should investigate in a little more detail. Bring us closer to him. Let me... Okay, maybe we turn him the fuck around. Oh, there we go. Hello. Who are you? Look at your fucking face. Can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps if I just... Oh, do you think you should be manhandling the exhibits, Mr. Naruhodo? I put it back exactly... I'll put it back exactly as it was. Don't worry. It's Drebber. That's Drebber.
What on earth? How can... I don't believe it. A black monocle! Mr. Naruhodo, is it possible that this man is...
Yes. Damn, they look exactly the same too. It's Enoch Drebber. Also, he looks way less attractive. Like this photo is doing him so... Not that photo. That's a different photo. But this photo is doing him so many favors. He looks so much better in that photo than he does in here. The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him. So we found Drebber. Indeed it is. Yep, I knew it was going to be me. Mr. Sholmes! This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe. Yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit? And why does the convict behind him have no head? The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it. What a surprise. Also, give me a second, I'm gonna drink water. This voice fucks me up every time. There we go. What a surprise. So then the case isn't yet solved, is it? Did I not say so myself? Largely solved were my words, I believe. I must locate the missing head, tot de suite, as Madam would say, or I'll be in grave trouble. A very hungry Iris still awaits for my return to Baker Street, preferably with rations. Urgh! Do you know, though, something about this room is strange? Strange? What do you mean? Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not? Indeed they are, Miss Susato. Do go on. And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one... This surely can't ever really have happened, could it? I think it's time I educated you a little. About the nature of the incidents involving the professor 10 years ago. There we go. I mean, hold on. Before we go into this, everything kind of lines up, right? Susato is 16. Hold on. Okay. Susato's 16. And the shit with the professor happened 10 years ago. Wait, no, it doesn't add up. Well, no. It might. I don't know. The resurrecting convict. I believe I told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? Took the lives of 5 victims. Everyone being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped. Jesus fuck. Ripped from their bodies. Oh gosh! An enormous hound. How awful. That's fucked up, dude! After taking the life of his 5th victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted. A closed court? So you mean that the professor's identity... As you've surmised, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in a grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair. Oh. The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life. Came back to life? God, I know it's the dad. Everything lines up to be the dad. He was here for 10 years. 6 of which could have been during Susato's birth. Or maybe Susato was born in England and then was sent over to Japan. And then that would make... I don't know. He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlit graveyard. The exhibit here depicts that very scene as described by the sole witness to those chilling events. There was a witness? You fucking see him! But of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than the young man in the white overcoat. Enoch Drebber. He saw it happen? Wild. The young witness. So this is a waxwork model of Enoch Drebber. 10 years ago, the convicted professor, having been... I'm not even gonna try that one, and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. Sole witness to that unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old. So horrifying. Scared out of his wits, the young Drebber ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. And the sheer terror of what he'd seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight. Yes, as shown in the photograph we have of him, his hair is completely white. For the following few days, the story of what he'd seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who'd come back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here at Madame Tuspel's. I can quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. But what I don't understand is what Mr. Drebber was doing in the first place. In a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night. Yes, what was he up to? Okay, following the execution. The professor's acts of terror threw London's upper class into complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before systemically employed a dog as a weapon of murder. Yeah, I can imagine the impact the case must have had. But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did talk of this shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. It was forgotten, dismissed as a dubious ghost story, as a preposterous parlor tale. But why did people stop believing it? Why, simply because there was no resurrection to speak of, as was established in fact. What do you mean by no resurrection?
The police investigated the grave in Lowgate Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution. No! But that would mean Mr. Drebber must have lied to the police and the newspapers.
That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society. Nothing has been heard of him since. It's rather striking, then, that he should resurface now, don't you think? Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Trevor's hair is unusually white, and if that really did happen overnight as a result of shock, it's hard to believe the incident was an out and out lie. Do we have his court record? Can I look at his face? I can. He's 35. See, I can't get the idea that the professor is the dad. Also, I'm just gonna let it tell me where I gotta go. Oh wait, keep going, please. As part of the exhibit is just a sees the young man. Oh, we're gonna let that go. Perhaps we should. And I'm just gonna let it go from here because I don't really. Oh, photography. What's this here?
Well, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so I believe it's probably a camera.
A camera? But it's so small. British technology is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what about Mr. Sholmes' skin prints?
I think perhaps you should treat Mr. Sholmes' invention as exceptions to the rule. But anyway, why would the man be in a graveyard at night with a camera?
I wonder. Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back as a ghost on film.
We'll just borrow this for a little while, I think.
Camera. Okay. Is it a By looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, we can see what picture was taken. What's a photographic plate?
It's a piece of glass coated in a special emulsion that reacts to light coming in through the lens. If we open the cover at the back of the camera, we should find it. Let's have a look.
You should see yourself. My eyes are shooting. You really do like machinery, don't you? Okay, well then, let's have a fucking look then. Alright, pull this fucker back.
What a wonderful machine.
You really love contraptions like this, don't you?
Oh yes, anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible.
Almost irresistible, surely.
Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. Simply have to take it apart.
That's worrying.
Yes, Father tells the time by the rumbling of his stomach now. He's given up having a watch.
Poor Professor Mikotoba. So many poor people. Anyways.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
What is it?
On the bellows just here, there seem to be some very dark red stains.
Yes, you're right. Looks like blood, actually.
Oh my.
I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. Okay, so we've added blood. But we don't know what photo he took. Until we do!
Oh, look!
The covers came open.
Yes, now, should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see.
Is something wrong?
There is no plate. It's been removed.
Ah! What a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time. Just like the waxwork, isn't the actual person. So we'd never have found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway.
Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course.
Poor Suzato-san, she looks devastated. Okay, so we ain't got nothing, but we got a blood stain here. Interesting. What's this at the bottom? Nothing. Okay.
Alright, well,
I'm gonna let it tell me what to fucking do. Alright.
This must be the killer. The fiend known as the Professor.
Yes, I think so. According to what Madame Tussbell said. He killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood.
The waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place.
I know, it looks like it could have started moving at any moment, doesn't it? If only it had a head, that is. Perhaps we should examine it a little more in a little more detail. Hello. Just let it tell me what to do. Okay. So this is the condemned man. Yes, the so-called professor.
Then perhaps his head was chopped off by a guillotine. But unable to find peace, he emerged from the grave as a headless ghost.
Do we have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Mrs. Otto? Anyway, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see?
Then perhaps Mr. Sholmes absentmindedly forgot to reattach it.
That's an extremely absently-minded detective you're describing, isn't it?
Or perhaps the thief absentmindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned it to the museum.
And that would be an extremely absent-minded thief. Could there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Well, whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like, do we? Oh. Something caught inside the convict's jacket there. Hello? Looks like a piece of broken glass. Quite a big piece, too. It's very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say. I, for a second, didn't realize that was Susato. Where could such a thick piece of glass have come from, I wonder?
I suppose it must have been made thick to increase its strength?
But why?
Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as a big building, for example.
Ah. Well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken, too.
You don't mean...
Exactly. The Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition.
But why would glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside this waxwork jacket?
Makes you think, doesn't it? This broken glass has been entered into the court record. Early in the court, we established that the kinesis experiment was a trick, and now we discovered this fragment of glass here in this waxwork. Is it just a coincidence? I'm gonna let it go through. Just let it... Oh.
What the bleeding Norodo? What have you gone and done?
Gina, what are you doing here? Also, what the fuck do you mean? Oh, yeah.
I asked Cyrus and she said this is where you'd be. So, Gina, goddamn! Not so loud in the museum. Madame Tussbells will have to take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful. I think there might be a more pressing concern. I still had some flash powder left from 6 months ago, so... All right, Gina, we understand, but please, put down the gun. Fuck. Sorry, I got scared.
You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel.
So, what brings you here, Gina? What brings me here? What do you think? We found it. We found that dodgy Cove's workshop. What? You found Trevor's workshop? Yup. Toby's nose took me straight there. The boss and the others are heading over there now in a drag. So come on. Here's the address. I got the boss to write it down. Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once. All right then. See you there. Yes. Something to do. Something to do.
Oh, you're depressed.
You go. Don't mind me. I'll just stay here, being still.
What?
I know my place in the exhibit over there. Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself.
Let's go, Mr. Shums. You're coming.
Your words hurt me, I must say. But if I were to shrink my duties here, Madam would have me pay monetary recompense, and Iris's dinner plate.
Forget that! I'll pay you for everything! Then there's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once.
No offer to share the cost from Mr. Sholmes, then.
I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruhodo.
Thank you, Mrs. Otto. Right, let's go! Is it gonna do to be continued? No, it's not. We're still going. Okay. I'm gonna be here for 3 hours, I feel.
23rd of October in Ochtreber's workshop.
It's the machine. Again. That looks like...
Oh, it's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
Indeed, it would appear so. Though only a prototype, naturally.
Ah, so you got here then. Gina, well done for finding this place. And in such little time, you really worked miracles. It's Toby here who's the miracle worker.
Wolf. Ah! I thought you lot would show up before long.
Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. Looks like he's eating a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips.
So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer?
Sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here.
Damn.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us a chance to investigate.
According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to a clue that you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say go to Paris with a debt of gratitude unpaid now, would I?
Thank you.
Anyway, if you're hoping to snoop around in here, I'd get cracking. Lord Van Sykes and forensic investigation team are on their way as we speak.
Them again?
Imagine you've got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types.
Right.
So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down whilst we have the chance.
And you, Sholmes.
Pardon?
They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do lawyers.
Very droll, Gregson, very droll. But you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous waxwork model.
Right then. Let's see what we can find in here. Something tells me I'm gonna be here for a very fucking long time. Alright, well, let's start with this. That's the most colorful thing in here.
Ah, this appears to be most interesting, yes. The most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say?
It's an impressive looking back massager, that's for sure. I've no doubt that if you hit your shoulders a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away. I pressed the wrong fucking button. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay.
It's a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science.
A young scientist could wish for no higher honor.
Ah.
Would you like a massage?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing.
I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's much more to this Mr. Enoch Drebber than conjuring tricks.
I couldn't agree more, my dear madam. How about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Wouldn't you like to take it with you? For your tired shoulders, of course.
He's not gonna let that go, is he?
It's curious though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, not haphazardly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna fucking... Hold on. I'm gonna do this. See what this is. There's a little metal plaque here, look. Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery.
Seems rather ironic, doesn't it?
But clearly Mr. Drebber really was a very talented scientist. There's nothing else on this that we can fucking examine, really. So... Okay. Well. No, what I meant to fucking... Can't find anything out of place in this background. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, I should probably examine the glass if there's literally anything I can do with it. This piece of glass is almost as thick as it is wide. Yes, I've never seen anything like it. If you were to compare it to a human, Mr. Sholmes has such thick... Only Mr. Sholmes has such thick skin. There's really no need for such a comparison, Mr. Naruhodo, as you well know. Anyway, it can only be from the Crystal Tower, surely. Yes, I think so too. It was probably made especially to meet with the demands of the great structure. There's nothing else interesting about this. Okay, cool. It's a waste of fucking time. I'm gonna let the game tell me, because I'm really fucking... I'm getting tired and also hungry, so... I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. That machine is covered by the Special Division of Scientific Equipment Act. There would be serious repercussions if we were to examine it. From the Crown and the government. And... Great. That's just real neat. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back. It's quite hollow inside. Not working. No working parts or devices of deception to be seen, my dear fellow. No loose change dropped on the floor, nothing. Not even a bone for Toby here, my dear fella. British people are very much ruddled by their own ideals, aren't they? I think that's just these two, Mrs. Otto. Okay, I'm just gonna keep letting it tell me where to go, because I don't want to keep looking. This door doesn't want to open. Yeah, it looks like we got a pretty hefty lock on it.
There's a specialist locksmith on his way over from the yard, so hands off till he gets here.
With permission, Inspector, I could have that lock open in less than a minute.
Well, you don't have permission, and no one's giving it to you.
Gregson looked as though he really enjoyed that. Well, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. No, Trevor must have fled at first sign of danger. Okay. This is... European stuff. Oh, I couldn't even see that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm playing this through OBS, and that's covered by my dumbass. So, like, I didn't even see that. I saw the red, but I thought it was, like, flowers or something. Anyways, it's a European-style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside. Oh, do you suppose...
Crossbow boats, these. I had a stroke, fuck off. And just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds.
In other words...
Yup. That's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that Trevor was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole scam.
Updated the crossbow. Nice. There's a fucking dead body in there. Oh, is something wrong, Mrs. Otto? Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it and all. What do you reckon, Toby?
Woof, woof. Right, mind the grease! Whoever's in there, open up! This is Scotland Yard!
Damn, I don't really get to scream as Gregson that often. Hello? Hello? You went deeper in. Oh my! Someone is in there!
Ugh, this rotten bleeding lock!
My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago, if only it were contents, I can unlock the door in less than a minute.
I'm fucking hate my life. Fine, I'll take the rap for it.
Just get us through that blasted door. There, you may enter at will. You've confused minutes with seconds, I think. Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for?
Nothing for it, I suppose. This is an emergency.
There's a strong possibility that beyond the door is the engineer you all seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow. Yes. Whoa, hello. Fucked up. That's a bomb! Are we gonna ignore the bomb? What's happened in here? Why is everything upside down? Rats! There ain't no one in here after all. But there must be. It was only a moment ago that we heard those noises. Maybe that was the sound of Drebber running away. But there's only one door in this room. And no windows that could afford an escape route. The skylights are too high. But there's footsteps. Huh? What's that up there? Are they footprints? On the ceiling? Blow me! Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Blow me! What do we have here then? We ignoring the bomb. Looks like someone trying to burn something in a hurry. Oh, it looks like a set of blueprints. To what? To that Professor Hairbrain's bribing machine, is it? Blimey! If we had these, we'd have been no need to muck about trying to investigate all the scrap metal. There's something of great interest here, too. This rope was lying on the floor of that pillar. A rope? What's significant about that? Never mind. You see, but you do not observe, Mr. Naruhodo. We must investigate the entire room thoroughly before the forensic investigation team arrive. Okay, well, you're dealing with the bomb. Let's fucking start with the bomb. Mr. Sholmes, have you found something of, concern? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, in point of fact, something rather fascinating. A fucking bomb. What do you make of this? A bomb. Let me see. Never seen anything like it before. Looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped up in a... Ah! Mrs. Otto, what's the matter? Surely that's a time bomb, isn't it? What? Did you say? A time bomb? Okay, everything's lagging on my end. Jesus Christ. Sorry, but what is a time bomb exactly? You truly are one of a kind, Miss Naruto. I won't take that as a compliment. Ha! You don't know nothing, do you, Odo? You haven't got a clue what it is either, have you, Gina? I invite you to consult a dictionary later, Mr. Naruto. Just know it's a fucking bomb. But this particular specimen is no time bomb. Though I confess it has a very similar appearance. Oh, well, thank goodness. But then, what is it? A time bomb. I see. So that's it. Goodness, Mr. Sholmes, have you seen to the heart of the matter? There are times where I consider my lot most unfair. For I'm fated to never know how it feels to flounder as you do when a puzzle presents itself. Are we doing Sholmes' extravagant bullshit even though there's no one here? But I have learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective, Mr. Zato. Here we go. I feel a great deduction. Oh, no. I don't want to play the game. Once again, I can draw two conclusions from the scene before us. The first is the inverted nature of the furniture in this room is the work of Drebber himself. Oh, but how could you... And the second conclusion is the small device on the floor there is, without question, completely genuine. Please, Mr. Sholmes, you must explain everything. It's another extravagant bullshit. It would be my pleasure. Okay, maybe I'm gonna call it after a little bit. I don't know. Dude, this is so... They're all... Dude, I'm actually gonna pass out. No, I'm not. That's a lie, but I don't want to do this. Well, Inspector Corexit seems delighted with the idea anyway. Oh, you deflected the inspector's gaze with such fortitude there, Mr. Sholmes. Well done. You're too kind, my dear madam. I hereby dedicate this great deduction to you. Kindly stated just there, Mrs. Otto. You know what? Hold on. I'd be delighted. So, shall we begin? No. I genuinely need to call it. I am a very hungry boy. So, we're going to call it here. Because I need... Oh, right. I'm not on the thing. That's, unfortunate. All right, we're going to call it there because I really need to, like, get food. I'm very hungry and I need to exist. So... Thank you so much to everyone who came by for almost 3 hours. I did not think I'd be able to do that much, I'll be honest. So, yeah. Next week, I don't know if I'm going to do a schedule or if I'm just going to do, like, random sporadic streams when I feel like it. Or I might just not stream at all. We'll figure it out. I'll definitely, like, tweet about it, so just, like, watch, see what's up. Yes. So, thank you everyone who came by. I do appreciate it. And I will maybe possibly see you people